Welcome in the second practical lecture on mobile application. In today's lecture, we learn how to calculate the interfaces. Yesterday lecture, we learned how to design the interfaces. These are our yesterday interfaces. This is the main interface, the second interface, and the third interface. In today's lecture, inshallah, we will make couple between these interface. Here, also in the first lecture, I put the code, and inshallah, after this lecture, I will upload the two files in the module. Let us start our Android, right? Android. Android is a big software. It takes time to upload it, and it takes time also to run. And it need, as I said yesterday, it need a high computer properties. Now is the building of the application. This is yesterday application. We wait until the upload completed. Okay. First, we can increase the font so as to be clear in the recorded lecture. Font. Increase font size. Font. White does not appear. Increase font size. Escape. Okay. Open first and then open the text and then increase font size. Now it will appear. Increase font size. 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 Yesterday, as I said, we designed three activities or three interfaces. These are our where is layout. Layout. This is the main activity. This is the second is login activity, and the third we can increase the view percentage, and the third is student information activity, also increase the view. In today's lecture, we write the code. As I said in previous lectures, when we design by Visual Studio, we said that designing without generating code, it means nothing. As I said yesterday, the code must be in the Java file, and the design must be in XML file. We extend here Java, and these are our daily activities. We start first. Let us make run. To run the application here from run, and you must to prepare, as I said yesterday, you must to prepare your emulator. Preparing your emulator, to go to tools and then open ABD manager and select create virtual device. Here I, because I already make uploading for this devices, you need to make upload for the device, and I recommend you to select Nexus 5 API or Nexus 6 or API. Now the two emulator now is running okay, or is work okay. Uh, Nexus 5 and Nexus 6. Let us first run our application. Click on run, and we will wait until the uh, emulator appear. This is our first yes. This is our first uh, interface or activity. If I click now, it will not execute. I must, it must lead us to the second interface or to the login interface. Close and go to the code of main interface. Here, open main activity dot Java. Also increase the font, increase font size, 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 increase font size to be clear. I think that now it is clear. In the public class, we have only one button. If we return to design, here we have only one button for the in this activity. That is mean we need first to define a variable for the button. Here in the main, in the public class, button, Android button, and name this button any variable, for example, btn. The second step also is to define the button btn equal find view by ID, and here write r dot id dot, here is the name of the button which exists in the XML file. Yesterday I named the ID, and I said to you tomorrow I will learn to. This is the time for to know why we return again to the main activity and open text, increase font, increase font size, increase font size, increase font size, increase font size. Here, where is the button? Here is the ID of the button. As I said, the text is it appear in the button itself, And here, the name of ID it used in the code. Right click, Control C, return to main activity, and paste here. Okay. If you write the first letter, just write the first letter, it has been also appear. There is, we have a button called register, which we will use in the second activity. And this is our register, our ID, read login. Okay, read login. This is variable. To approve for you, this is a variable. Return here to the main and name this Mazin. Mazin, and return back to the activity. Also here, write the first M, Mazin, it will appear. Okay? I want to make approval for you. This is a variable. And when you name the buttons, when you give the IDs for the buttons, you must remember the names of the ID. Return back and return to our origin name instead of Mazin. Read login. Read login. Control C and return back here. Yes, now the mistake has come because we delete Mazin, put read login. This is we mean by defining the IDs of the button. The second important step is to activate the button or to let the button to generate on click listener method. This is very important and it will be used in every application. btn dot set on click listener. Do not write this. Do not write this method. It has been generated from the JDK library. The type of Java that we use or we implement now is Java JDK. As you know, there are many types of Java. There is JavaScript for website design. There is Java object-oriented, Java SDK, Java JDK. Okay? Click on it. And here, write new. And then view also generate, because there are other function must be generated with this function on create. Wait until now it generates a function. This method cannot be written. If you try to write this, it will not work. It will give you a mistake. And generally in JDK, try to generate the code by selecting it from the library. Here, in the main method here, you must to define a function or another method for the button. Public void, name this function, any function. Void is not correct, sorry. Public, yes, public void, name this function go login, and open parentheses, and group parentheses. Here define intent, Android intent, any variable, intent I equal new intent, Android intent. Here, inside or between the parentheses, first write this, comma, the name of the activity that you want to couple with it. We need to couple with std login. Std login, it will appear std login. This is the name of the interface that we want to couple. We have two interfaces, std login and std information. As I said when I explained for you the coupling concept in the design, into the theoretical lecture, we said that the designer who decide the coupling or the interfaces that must be coupled. Select and then dot class and semicolon, start activity of I. Now you can see here that the method is not activated. Copy this method and Control C and called here in the on click method. Control V semicolon. Now it became activated. Now we are finished the first coupling between main activity and between login interface. We transmit or we move to the second activity, which is login, to make coupling between the login and the without the restriction of username and password. Just make login, and tomorrow inshallah we will give the username, give the restrictions, increase font size, 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 increase font size. If we return also to our design, here we have two buttons. Today we will give the code of login without restriction of password, and tomorrow inshallah we will change, we will update this code to according to the username and password, and also tomorrow inshallah we will give the code for register. Okay, return to our file, define the two button, Android button, increase font, increase font size, increase font size, increase font size, increase font size to be clear in the video, and name this two button BTN register and BTN login, semicolon. Like previous activity, define the two buttons BTN register. It will appear equal find view by ID, find view by ID, r dot ID dot, here the name of the button in the design, as I said before some minutes when I give the example of Mazin. I think that the name is registered. Yes, the name is registered. And for the second one, btn login equal find view by ID, find view by ID, or dot ID dot our name is login. I think that login, yes, and semicolon. You can ensure from the two IDs by return to the D sign, here login D sign, and text. And you can see here increase font size, increase font size, increase font size, username, not this, button, yes, register, this is the name, the first ID, and this is the second name. Return to our code, steward login, and now we can generate on click listener btn login dot set on click listener new view generate the code. Now, as in previous method, we define a method here, public. It is better to select, as you see in previous definition of last method. When I write, it is not be corrected. Select void. Name this go information. And group parentheses intent, Android intent, I equal new Android intent, we said that this, comma, the name of the activity or the interface that we want to couple. Steward info, steward information, steward information. Okay, dot class, semicolon, and start the activity, start activity, start activity of I, semicolon. Now the method is not activated. It will be activated after calling in the on click method. Control C. Come here on click method. Control V, semicolon. Now we are finished the coupling between the second and the third. The last is student information. Also increase the font, increase font size, increase font size, increase font size, increase font size. Here we have many buttons. I think that insert, delete, update, back. Inshallah, next week, because Thursday will be a review lecture and follow up for our projects, and tomorrow is generating of username, password, and inshallah in Sunday, inshallah, we uh, complete or resume by the generating the code for these operations, insert, delete, update. And now we will write the code for back to let us back to the main interface. Return and define only button but tt Android button btn back semicolon uh, also increase font here, define the button btn back equal. Sometimes in some references they put button between two parentheses, but it is not necessary. Delete it directly. Find view by ID. Some version you must write button before this method. You must write button between two parentheses and then write find view. But in this version, it is not necessary. Or like previous .id, the name of the button is back, and semicolon. Also generate on click listener method btn back dot set on click listener new v generate. It has been generated, and the last method is public void read main. This is a variable. You can name it any name. Read name and group parentheses intent, Android intent, I equal new intent, this, comma, and now put the name of the interface that you want to couple, or the name of the activity that you want to couple. We need to couple with the main activity, main activity, and dot class, and semicolon, and start activity, start Android activity of I. Now we are finished the three codes. We have three XML files for the design. I give you all the codes. I make a copy for these codes. Here the main activity design and the login activity design codes, and here the student activity design codes. For the design code can be copy and paste without problems, but for the Java codes here, these are Java codes. It is better to be generated from Java library. As I said, as I generated before some minutes. As you see, when I write before some minutes, when I write public, the system is not accept what I write, but it will accept the generated one. And also here, this is the code for main, the code for login, and we will resume. We work tomorrow in the same file in this file studlogin.java. Tomorrow we will complete inshallah by uh, username, password, and register. And here also, as I said, we will work in this file on Sunday. Uh, and you now, this is one of the properties of the uh, Android Studio. You work in 6 files at the same time. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, and you will see tomorrow, inshallah, it will become 8 or 10 because we will add new classes. Yes, we will not add new activity, but we will add tomorrow. We will add new classes. It will become 10 or after we complete the system, maybe it will become more than 10 files, and you must to be careful. You must to focus highly. It need the work in the Android Studio. It need high focusing because you work in many files. As you see in 6 files with different variables. تقول لي سي بلس بلس. طيب run. This is the previous one. Now it is running. We wait until running. Okay. Building finish. Okay. Okay. This is our application. You can move to the center of the screen. Now, if you want to make print screen for your design, you can make a print screen here. Return back. Login. Now it has. Now the deficiencies of the design has been appeared. We must decrease this the font size here to be in one line. Okay. Register network. Login. Now also we must coordinate this because back it is not appear. Close and quickly. Where is Studio login? Where is the design? Where is the first one? Here, increase font size. Refinement. Yes, now we will make refinement after running. We make enter username, password. How much stake? 25. Let 17. 17 BP. What else? Student information. The buttons. The buttons. Where is the first button? Insert. Where is insert? Where is insert? First, decrease the padding to 10 only. 10, the first padding. Second, padding that means space. As you see in the PHP now, Himir, I think that he knows this command well because now he implemented on PHP padding button, padding up, padding top. The same command used in PHP. We said that 10, padding 10. What else? Here also, padding 10. The third one or the fourth one, back, padding 10. Which is the design. Sometimes the design will not give you uh, the real vision. Okay, we will run again. Run. The old one will, this is the old one, will appear because the uploading until now it is not completed. Here is the uploading. Uploading in Android Studio means debugging, in the Visual Studio. Yes. This is the old one until now. Debugging continue. Yes. Okay. Finish. Give us the main interface. Till now, it says that finish, but it did not finish. You see here. Now, yes. Now it is finished. Yes. This is login. يا بلاش. This is old one. Oh. Okay. Register or login. Login. I think that this is also the size, the height of the button. I think that it needs to be increased for 2 or 3 dp. Instead of 28, make it 30. Login. Yes. Now it is better. But also the text does not appear. Why? Okay. We will see later. Back. Not work. Insert, delete, update, back, not work. Why, Abba? We set for you main activity. Okay. Return to back code, and we will see where is the mistake. Student information. Yes. We are not called the function. Here is the mistake. Control C and call the function. Call the function. Call the function here. Semicolon. Run again. I think that this is the last run. Yes. Inshallah, Inshallah. Became slow because we ran many times. This is I think that 5 times or 6 times to run the application. Yes. Login. Back. Yes. Now it is working. Alhamdulillah. Now we are finished our today implementations. I will see if you have a questions. I can answer you. And inshallah, tomorrow we will resume by username and password. Any question? If there is no question, I will stop recording and return back to you.